Wish I put 0 in? Holy. What's good? Okay, can you hear me? I did a little bit of messing with the noise gate. Oh, you can hear my button presses now. They're not too bad. I don't want to, my problem is I really would love to play Sora, but a huge issue I have is he actually, like, destroys my hand. Like, it's not even, like, some characters in this game I have a hard time playing, uh, because of, like, hand stuff. But, like, Sora, actually, when, like, I'm playing him, like, optimally, it's just, bro, it's cooking me. I missed. I saw Hikaru playing Sora, which was really interesting. I remember, man. I wish I had the, mod pack on. I'll get it soon. Or I'll get it again soon. You think Zora, Zora, Zero and Sora will play similarly? Really? Oh, so slow. Thunder! Oh, snap. I have to do something really quick. I should probably, yeah, I should probably do that. Hold on. Take this, back off, yeah! Low-key, I'm glad no one, like, actually, like, put infinite time into this character. Because, yeah. But after seeing them, like, a few more in Japan, I'm, like, nervous. Also, Gresh, thank you for the 40, bro. God damn, 40? What the? Let's see. I need to tell... Phantom Rose, what's good? What's good? What's good? Oh, man. Dude, honestly, I was sitting there the other day. Twitter's kind of easy, no? Like, you say something that people just, like, can't agree with for some reason. Like, they're like, oh, I have a different opinion than you. It, like, freaks them out. They're like, I have to talk about it. And infinite engagement. Isn't that just, like, content creation in general, though? Low-key. You just, like, people are, like, so, like, I don't know, their voice, they want their voice to be heard, like, so much that, like, if you, like, say anything, then, like, anything that they, like, even remotely disagree with, that it's, they, like, feel the need to respond. It's really funny. Oh, man. But yeah, so the other day I was, like, kind of just sitting there, right? And I really enjoy playing with, Final Smash Meter. Do I think you'd be good with Sora? The only reason I don't think you'd be good with Sora is because he's omega floaty. Like, omega floaty. I don't know if you have the Omega. Like, I know you have some floaty in you. I don't know if you have Omega floaty in you. Like, it like kind of fits your play style, but the Omega floaty can be a little rough. Stretch says I'm responsive when it comes to content offers. Huh? Stretch? I don't know if that's true, but I can't see me like for quite some time, like outside of the schedule that I want to build, like doing anything other than that, just because I'm having a kid, you know? Oh, there was this thing that was happening one day where Ridley would side B me and I would just go like flying. Oh man, I should really what's it called? Like, Rush, if you think you got the Omega floaty in you, then yeah, sure, go for it. It's pretty easy, I think. But I've also played floaty characters, so, you know? Like, I think he makes a ton of sense to me, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to most people. But yeah, the other day, I was sitting there, right? And, you know, I do Metafy and stuff, a lot of coaching, blah, 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 blah. And normally, also, just like, I go to locals. And when I'm at my locals, especially when I'm doing my first few rounds, I usually, depending on the character that I'm playing, I usually don't lose a stock, right? And it's not to say, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm, like, beating them that badly. Normally, the way it works is I get to roughly, like, 80, 90. I take their stock first, and then I end the game at, like, 170. In fact, that's not even just at locals. Because I remember I think it was Genesis last year, not the one from this year. The Genesis from last year, I had to play an Olimar, and I was like kind of nervous. Was that Genesis? It was some tournament. I think it was Genesis. I was like a little nervous. No, it was Smash World Tour. It was Smash World Tour. LCQ. I had to play an Olimar, and I was like kind of nervous. And I took their first stock first, and they couldn't kill me. Like, I ended up restocking them, and that happened both games. And I was sitting there, and I was thinking to myself, like, this happens like way more than I feel like it should. And like the MuteAce video talking about like that is not true. That is not even remotely true. The MuteAce video like talking about like how to win and like winning and stuff kind of like brought on kind of what I want to talk about, and like, or that I'll actually be talking about, but it's not. Gosh. Currently have a spirit challenge going on. I wonder if it'd be down. I'm gonna be honest. There's like a 200% chance I'm not 200. There's like a 98% down. No, 98% chance I'm not doing that. High key. It sounds cool, it sounds fun, but ew. Not even hitting with the right part. Up. Oh, also Smash the Librarian. What's good? I'm sorry, I don't think I said what's good. was off. Excuse me, my thoughts. Yeah. I am about to start talking about like what not sure what my partners do. May 22nd. And thank you. Oh. Don't worry, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, high key. I'm gonna turn this music down. One second, one second. Dude, where's that tweet? Hello? Wow, 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 wow. Wait, did this person? Okay, bet. Okay, we found it. All right. What kind of thirsty? Oh, I'm chilling. I actually had way too much to drink, like water-wise. Um. Okay, talk to me. Music or no music? Like I always do this. You hydrate? My bad. All right, you know what? My bad. My bad. I'll grab water. The only problem is if I grab water, my cats are gonna wake up. Oh no. Dude, go back to sleep. Oh, bless. Bless. Super light music? I'm down. Okay, okay. Let me grab water and I'll start chatting. I'll start chatting in a moment. Okay. Okay, so the other day I was sitting there, right? And I decided that I wanted to have some fun, and I was sitting there like, man, I really enjoy playing the game of Final Smash Meter. I've like streamed actually playing with Final Smash Meter. I made a video about playing with Final Smash Meter with the Buzz and Void. It was really really fun. I super enjoyed it, and it's like one of my favorite ways to play the game, right? And essentially, I just said like a part of me really wishes we ran Final Smash Meter legal, not like as like. What's funny is I didn't even say as like a main event or a side event, right? Um, I kind of just said like I wish we ran it because it's not. I haven't been to like really any events except for at the beginning of the game where we ran like Morph Meter legal in Maryland. Any events that really had like Final Smash Meter legal. I wasn't actually talking about like running it as main bracket, but who knows? Maybe you run enough side events, like it could become the main event. Like sometimes you hear people talking about how they want squad strike to be the main event. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I make this tweet where like this is the first time where I felt like maybe Final Smash Meter could like be part of the game. Like we have Final Smashes because Final Smashes are cool and like they have a lot of personality. I don't know. It makes like it makes for like super tense moments. Even though they're like kind of corny, right? Like some of them are just literally exploding you and like vacuuming you in XD Zelda. Like they vacuum in you from like the whole stage or whatever. Or like Peach is like putting you to sleep and like healing for infinite and getting to do whatever she wants afterward. Like, yeah, some of those are a little overtuned and stuff, but it's still pretty fun. That's why I was like, maybe not like as a main bracket, but maybe a side event. I could see it being fun because you got to realize like you still have to play Peach for the rest of the game. So people who main Peach, yeah, it's like a significant buff, but like you're not just gonna be picking up Peach and like winning, right? And this person had a really interesting response, which was something that I also thought about. And they said, in all seriousness, the next Smash game should have an EX meter. I literally like had just said it. Like you can see this is at 308. I said it to someone at 305. Like if Smash had EX moves, it would be a wrap. And I started thinking about like fighting games and maybe why Final Smash meter isn't like completely fleshed out, right? Because in fighting games, there's meter management, right? So you have moves that can like use part of your meter, and you have to think about that while you're playing. Where like Final Smash meter, that joint just builds. Like you can't like use your meter. There's management, but it's like way different. It's not like, oh, I get to use part of my meter for like a better version of this move. But then it hit me. I was like, wait a second, that's true, right? But also in those other games, and this is like my main talking point. In those other games, um, they have life bars. And Smash is knockback based. And it's really, really interesting when I think about this mute video. So this is where like the mute video comes in, right? Because he kind of has like a really good point here, right? Like let's listen to like what the goal of Smash is, right?
As a win condition. And I want everyone, please, what is the point of Smash Brothers when you play a game in singles? Can you focus? It's called killing people, okay? The goal of the game is to take 3 stocks before someone else takes your stocks, right? It doesn't matter how you do it.
Okay. So I was sitting there, right? And I go, they do have to take your stocks. Now, with like fighting games, right? There's a health bar, there's a life total. Um, Sometimes it's different for each character. Sometimes it's just the same all across the cast. Like for fighters, for example, Dragon Ball Fighters, I'm pretty sure the health total is 10,000 across the board. Um, but then if you play a game like Street Fighter, like Akuma has like one of the lowest health totals, and like the big bodies like Abigail and stuff usually have like higher health totals. So the amount of damage you have to do changes, but at the end of the day, it's still a bar of life, and you can't exceed that bar of life. In Smash, you can live as long as you don't get hit by moves that have a lot of knockback, or at least enough knockback to KO you. And it's really, really interesting that I don't see people talk about that often. Like, I'll see people talk about, like, oh, like, Wolf is so easy to kill with because, like, Wolf has back air and, like, Wolf's smash attacks are strong. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how are you getting hit by raw back air? Like, they have to, like, make a play in order for that to happen, right? Like, they have to read you, or you have to make a mistake and, like, just not be aware of the fact that Wolf is looking for back air at, you know, whatever, 90, 100 plus, right? Like, Wolf starts looking for that. And in other games like Street Fighter, you can see them sitting across the stage, like throwing projectiles the whole time, just fireballs, just Hadouken, Hadouken, Hadouken. Sagat's across the stage, Tiger Shot, Tiger Shot. Like for like not minutes because the timer is shorter in that stage or in that game, but you can see them doing that for literally like 20 seconds at a time, and it's because even if you hit with like 4 of those out of the 50 that you've done, that still takes out a significant portion of your life bar. In this game in Smash, if you get hit by like Wolf Laser, for example, let's just, because we're on the topic of Wolf, right? Let's say you get hit by Wolf Laser like 10 times, right? I'm not factoring the scaling in. I can't do the math off the top of my head, but it'll do like roughly 90 damage, right? 85, 90, something like that with scaling. I don't know. But let's say you get hit with Wolf Laser 200 times. Doesn't matter. You just be at 999%. Actually, does Wolf Laser kill? Let's check for a second. I actually don't know. What if it just actually killed at like 999 or something? That would actually blow my mind. But I doubt it kills. Let's check. Where is Wolf O'Donnell? You know what? I'll do Pichu, since Pichu's the lightest character in the game by a significant margin. Boom. It's up. Okay, I thought it wouldn't. Hey, sometimes you gotta check your own knowledge. Like, you gotta, hey, gotta humble yourself sometimes. But yeah, like, you could get hit by this move over and over and over, and it still doesn't lead to you winning. Where if you're playing like any other fighting game that has like a bar of health, you get hit by projectiles too much, you just lose. Like, if you like spend the whole game, like you're fighting Dalsim, and like let's just say his limbs are projectiles, even though you know you can hit them, right? You get tapped over and over by these moves that do like 10 or something, or 20 or whatever, and let's say their health totals like 500. I don't know Street Fighter numbers. I'm sorry, don't like attack me. That adds up in that game, right? And like, there is no point where you have to knock them like super far off the stage. There's no point where like you have to hit them with like a super strong attack. You could just take your time and chip away at them literally the entire game and you'll just win. But you can't do that in Smash. You actually have to take the stock at some point. And I think that skill is like lost somewhere in like teaching people the game. I think a lot of times I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, playing someone, we're chilling, we're going back and forth. I take the first stock. I'm like, okay, like I'm at 100%. How are you going to take my stock? And like, they're on Wolf and they're just like doing this. And I'm sitting there, or they're doing this, and I'm like, are you supposed, I'm just supposed to walk into that. Like, that's your grand plan for how you're going to take my stock. You're just going to assume that I am not aware of like your kill options. So I'm just going to get hit by this. Like, if that's me in the corner, go ahead, grab me. It's all good. Not at 999, obviously. I explode. But let's say we're at a smooth what? What should we go for? 180? Let's say Pichu might die. Let's say we're at a smooth 150, because Pichu might actually die. I would rather hold shield in the corner, right? And not get hit by this. Not get hit by this, right? Because these will kill. Forward air probably won't kill, depending on good DI. Like, I would not get hit by these. I would not get hit by F-tilt. I would not get hit by dash attack. None of your smash attacks, right? Like, I would just hold shield. And does this kill Pichu? Boom. Doesn't even kill Pichu at 150. Right? So now, suddenly, you're on Wolf, and you're like, wait a second. I have to figure out how to kill. Like, they're not just running into my moves. I'm not just like... I'm not getting these free dash attacks. I'm not getting all the things that kill people. Like, how do you do it? Oh, I'm dying. This is where the hydrate comes in. Thank you. Ooh. And I think this skill is something that is necessary to learn. Like, if you don't know how to take people's stocks, games drag on for longer. Your opponent gets more opportunities. You think Riddles is very good at securing the kill? I think Riddles is very, very good at securing the kill, but I think his character is also very good at securing the kill. Which brings me back to this Mute video, actually. So he has like a list of characters that are like normal, and then it's like characters that are like win tier, right? Because he, as me said, like the goal is to like take stocks, right? So if we go back to here, right, we can see like all these different characters, right? Like Kazuya is in win tier because, bro, like you get uppercut, you just die, like you lose your stock, right? Um, which is like a really interesting thing to think about. But they don't have to like necessarily gain that skill of like hitting them to higher percents. How do I get the kill, right? Generally how it goes is I land this one move, you die. I don't think Game & Watch falls into that category. I think like you need to do a little bit more. I think you need to put in a lot more effort. In some scenarios with Game & Watch, more thank you for the rate. Snorley, what's good? What's good? But like Steve, like if I'm Steve, right? If I'm playing as Steve, you know what my mind is thinking? It's like, all right, I'm gonna minecart, I'm gonna back air, I'm gonna down air, I'm gonna forward smash. One of these moves is gonna work, and I'm gonna kill you. That at some point, like, what the? I have very little risk. I'm just gonna take the stock. Like when I'm on Wolf, I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, they're at 163. They're not getting hit by any attack. Back throw might not even kill Pichu cross stage with good DI. Please DI well. You see, it didn't spark. It wouldn't have killed. Like we were at 160 and back throw's not killing, right? So suddenly it's like, bro, how in the world am I gonna get this stock? And it's just so interesting that, and if you were to play like any other fighting game, you don't think about something like that. And I think that's a lot of times why people that come from other games, what's good, Murray? What's good, Jim? What's good, Monty? Like people who come from other games, they have such a hard time because honestly, I've seen like fighting game players come over, they start playing Smash, their neutral is fantastic. Their adaptation is insane. Like they just recognize things very well. Obviously, they're lacking the knowledge, but that comes with time. But the thing I see them struggle with the most is like they're just sitting there like, dude, how in the world do I take a stock? Because I never thought about this before. I just needed to do enough damage to take your health bar. So if I made enough reads, I won, right? if I hit you with enough projectiles, I won. If I poked you enough times in neutral, I won, right? So it's like suddenly we come over to Super Smash Brothers and they're over here hitting you with laser 8 million times and you're just, oh, all right, well, now what? Like, now what? I'm just laser. I guess I'm gonna just laser again, right? Like, okay, well, this Pichu's at 200. And then they come through a rage and they just blast you with like rage Pichu doing combos that don't make sense, and then you get hit by like up air thunder and you just die and you're like, oh, okay, wow. Sick. And you die at 20 and they're at 200 and you're like, dude, what is this game? Like, how is it that the opponent is outplaying me when I've like hit them 2 million times and they hit me 3 times? Or in some cases, like Luigi, for example, they hit me once. I got grabbed. My bad, right? Like, I played neutral. I'm on Palu. I'm over there. I'm on Wolf. I'm playing some pristine neutral. I have not gotten hit one time. This could be an example. Wolf could be a 0. Then Luigi could be a 198 because you're so terrified of getting grabbed. And then you go for like, oh man, I think I got this read. And you like go for like a dash attack and they shield it and then you just die. And it's like, oh, I guess they outplayed me, right? And it's like, yeah, they did because they were better than you at taking the stock. Unfortunately, some characters just lend that to you, right? Like Luigi lends that to you, Kazuya lends that to you. Like a lot of characters in this game lend that to you. But the thing about most of those characters is that doesn't determine what's good, right? And that's why Mute says something in his video like, oh, this doesn't determine like strength of a character. It just determines like how easy it is to win with them, right? Because like they're naturally just better at taking stocks. They just are. But also, there's a lot of weaknesses. Luigi is extremely slow. Luigi's airspeed is abysmal. His landing options are awful. His recovery is trash. He's moving in slow motion on the ground. His forward-facing buttons are pretty decent, but they're not that great. His grounded buttons are good, but they don't have a lot of range. Like they're good frame data wise, but their range not the best, right? So it's like you have this slow character who's very stubby. It's really hard to get in for the one thing, and mind you, the one thing that we need. I mean, we could do down tilt grab, but for the most part, the one thing we need is grab, right? So then we get the grab. If we don't get the grab, it feels like our character is like very limited because then suddenly Luigi has to get to, get the opponent to like 100 something percent and then maybe do like down throw tornado or like nair tornado or nair back air at the ledge or down air back air, whatever, like however Luigi gets KOs. But there's one thing that Mute didn't mention, which I found really interesting, is like, yes, part of the way to win in Smash is taking like 3 stocks, right? That's the traditional way. Oh, we're playing 3 stocks. Like, if you take their 3 stocks and they don't take yours, you win. But you could also just time them out. Now, obviously, that's like more frowned upon, but it is a win condition that people tend to forget. That's why characters like Sonic are really good, right? Because Sonic has multiple win conditions. Sonic can take all 3 of your stocks, or Sonic can just sit across the stage and make you RPS the entire game, and it's lit. Like, and you just have to be better than them at RPS. Some characters don't, but there's very few that don't. Steve is another one, right? Sit across the stage. Hey, good luck. It is what it is. You mess up, you're gonna take infinite. You don't mess up, and you don't want to engage. All right, I'm across the stage, and that is also a way of winning. So these characters like Luigi, who are really good at taking stocks, aren't necessarily one of the best characters because if you run into like a sword that wants to play keep away literally the entire game, if they decide to time you out, then you'll probably just lose. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's all good. So my thing is, I guess the main point is just like, how do you learn how to kill, right? Because I have infinite. I do like okay. Let me not say I do infinite like I'm like coach of the year or something. I have a good amount of Metafy lessons, and a lot of times I tell them I'm just straight up, bro. You don't know how to kill. Like you have no idea. Um, I also have a lot of mess up like sidebar. I also have a lot of Metafy lessons with Min Min, and sometimes like Min Min does the killing for you. Like let's be real, right? Like she's two framing you, like no thought. You hold the button, you hold the button, and then you let go. Wowie, right? You have to have some timing. Okay, sure. Um, some characters just she throws two arms, they can't recover. Like she jumps off stage, she attacks twice, you die, right? Like sometimes it's a little bit rough. She has a frame 8 out of shield, like up smash. So if you hit the front of her shield with a like not even unsafe move, but not safe enough move, she just up smashes you like Fox and she kills you, right? So like Min Min, like is not one of the characters that I'm talking about. Obviously, if we actually look at MuteAce Tier List, which has the win, you can see Min Min's and the one with like Luigi and Samus and those who have like just multiple ways to set up ways to kill you, right? But let's say you're not playing like any character in this like win tier list, like any character above normal. Let's say you're not playing them, right? Let's say you're playing. Why did I say it that way? Let's say you're playing any character in the normal tier, right? You have to. Okay. Also, another side note: I'm not gonna say I agree with every character that Mute put in normal, because I see Byleth over there, and I just like, bro, like, what? You get up B dead, like just Nair dead, like down throw dead. Yeah. Anyway, shield breakers, like all the, yeah. But let's say you're playing one of these normal characters, right? And you have to figure out a way to kill. Generally, when you're playing neutral, your brain has to like switch gears. You don't sit there and you think to yourself, all right, man, it's time to start throwing out the kill moves. I'm just gonna match kill moves. Right? Like some people do, and they never get stocks against like better players. What it should turn into for the most part is usually have like pokes or like situations that set up good situations for you, right? So let's say I am playing Wolf and like I let me change the percent because Pichu is going to explode to like everything, right? Let's say you're playing Wolf and you're playing against someone that jumps a lot, right? So let's put Pichu on jump, and you're like, you're playing neutral, you're trying to figure some things out, and you don't really want to go for like a back air, right? Like it's a little too. Oh, I'm so presuming me too. Okay, my bad, my bad. Thank you. Okay, let's say you're playing Wolf, and you don't really want to go for the back air here because you're like, I might not get the timing right. Like it's a lot going here. Um, they might just like do nair, they might do forward air. I don't want to risk it, whatever. But you're on the ground, and you've like been moving around, and you notice that they jump a lot. Like, well, one way you could do it is you could just go, all right, I'm just gonna try to anti-air. Boom, anti-air leads to stock. It's lit. Simple way. You don't even need to think about it. We're not like doing anything crazy and neutral. We're just playing the game. Let's say they're not jumping a lot because they know you die. They die to back air. They know they die to up tilt. They're playing on the ground. And these are things that you need to start thinking about when you're playing, right? Because if you're playing against someone who's aware of how you like to kill, then you need to figure out new ways to kill. Otherwise, you're just not gonna take the stock. Like they're gonna be like, okay, you want to do this to take my stock. I'm not letting it happen. You need to figure it out. A lot of times, people can't figure it out. So let's say something that they do, this is very very common, right? Something they do is they just do dash shield. Like they run up, they do dash shield, and they're shielding, and you go, I see this so often. You do you just up tilt, right? Like you just hit their shield, They punish you. You're like, dude, I can't kill him. Run it back. You go back to neutral. They do dash shield again, and you're like, it's cool. I'm gonna interrupt their dash with dash attack. And you mistime it, and they shield, and then they hit you again, and suddenly you went from 0 to 70. You're super far behind, and you're like, wait, they got rage. I might lose my stock. I really got to get this kill. Then you just start doing like all the moves, right? Like there, you're doing up smash, you're like whiffing moves, and the opponent's just sitting there like, bro, what's happening? Like, you have no idea how to kill me. And when players, especially good players, realize that, the game's over. Like we don't even like remotely think that there's a chance that we'll lose. We just go, okay, they have no idea how to kill. Okay, there's no way I can lose this set because you don't know how to kill. So, how are some ways to kill? I tell people the most common way to get a stock is you ledge trap them. I think it's very important to learn how to ledge trap people, because it's a very 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 common way to secure stocks. You notice like a habit on the way that they like to get off ledge. This Pichu's not doing it. It's so sad. What's good, Stitchy? But maybe even if they aren't good at recovering, right? You figure something out. But because their options are so limited on the ledge, right? Like so limited. You get it right. Like even if you're not like super good at ledge trapping, I suggest you definitely work on it. But because their options are so limited, like just figure it out. Like, okay, F tilt kills at this percent. You can start with that, right? Okay, I know F tilt kills at this percent. So when they do neutral get up, I'm gonna F tilt. Let's say you're playing against someone who's very aware of that, right? Like, okay, well they're standing at this position. Obviously they're looking for F tilt. I'm gonna jump. Well, suddenly this is where your brain starts activating. This is where like conditioning and like layers comes in. You're standing here, they go, I'm gonna jump or whatever. I can't make them jump though. But like, I'm gonna jump, and let's say they jump, then you would do back air, right? Or maybe you're not like 100% sure. Boom, you go for an air, and it's like, okay, well now I know that when they're standing here, when I'm standing here, they think I'm looking for F tilt, but actually I'm looking for back air, right? Or maybe I'm not even looking for back air. Maybe you've hit them so many times that their percent is this high, and when they jump, you go for rising up air, right? I see this happen very often with Wolf. They go for this rising up air on jumps. A lot easier to time the back air. Back air is a little bit of a proactive thing. You can kind of react with up air. Boom, you got a stock, right? And it's like, all you did was figure out like one thing, and then you like worked from there. And that's what's really important, like in any form of Smash, is like figuring out one thing and then working from there. So boom, like you figure out ledge trapping, maybe you're not super confident. All right, wow, we gotta stop. Maybe we're not good at timing this, and maybe we like to do ledge trapping like that, right? However it is, you figure out how to ledge trap, you're more likely to get a stock if you're better at ledge trapping. But that requires you to take neutral wins. Like, you don't have to try to kill them in neutral. You just think, okay, well, how can I get them to the ledge? Boom. You got them to the ledge. Suddenly, your brain is just going to go, oh, I have an opportunity to take a stock. And you're not thinking about taking a stock in neutral. You're still thinking about, like, learning the opponent in neutral, right? Still trying to figure out, like, how they play around your kill moves, how they play around how they just play in general when they're at high percent. Like, you learn a lot of things while you're doing that, and then you have a way like in your brain to get a stock. Okay, boom, I got him to ledge. Like, I have a chance to get the stock. It's not guaranteed, but like I have a chance. Another way is, and this is why like they're called advantage state. Like ledge trapping is a form of advantage state, is if you are juggling them, and if you like get a read on the way that they like to land. I cannot believe I missed that on an opponent that wasn't moving, like literally a bot. if you can figure out how they like to land, like some people like to air dodge a lot. Fast fall neutral air dodge is a very common way of landing. So if you can get below them and they're falling, boom, you would have caught the air dodge right there. All you did was dash left, and you like had a way to deal with any air dodge. It's like, oh, now I landed the dash attack that I wanted to land, but it wasn't in neutral. I landed the dash attack that I wanted to land because I got an advantageous situation because I don't know, I grabbed them or something, right? I can't think of a wolf move that won't kill Pichu if I hit him upward. Maybe down air. Yeah, like I landed something, right? That sent them upward, and now it's a juggle opportunity. Or maybe you can edge guard them. Now, this isn't for every character because the risk for it can be a little rough. Like, those are like the two most common ways you'll see like normal characters get a stock, right? Because again, like normal's like the characters that are in Mute's tier here. So like normal characters, they normally have a kill confirm or like a kill setup. But if those stop working, like Wolf has forward air back air, right? Once you get past forward, well, okay, Wolf actually has a lot of kill confirms and most wolves don't do them, but I know it's kind of hard. But anyway, yeah. So you get past like forward air, back air, or whatever, and suddenly like you have to. I'm actually really bad at forward air, back air. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm like awful at it. Gosh. This just can't be real. It's too hard, man. Oh my. Like, it's actually insane how bad I am at it. Dude. I'm so sad. If you ask me to do this, like on command for like $1 million, I would drop it. I'm not gonna hold you. It's oh wait, I think I got it. Wait. Oh my. I can't slingshot on this. I'm about to blame the controller. Boom. We did it. Yeah, anyway, if you're like playing Wolf and they get past like forward air, back air, right? And you're like, oh man, like how do I get the stock? Well, you're gonna have to figure it out. And I think, dude, I can't. So this isn't my controller that I use in bracket. I can't. I have a really hard time slingshotting on this. Oh. Use your boss's slingshot technique. You almost put it yourself. Oh gosh. That's just. Oh my gosh. 70's too high for Pichu. 60. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? I'm about to give up. Wait, okay, 70's too high with the other way, or but this way it's not. That's true. That's weird. I think I want Wolves to start doing it more just because, like, this is like completely off topic. Just because forward air and nair are the same frame. So a lot of times when people are going for parries, they're going to drop shield at a certain time. But let's look. Wolf O'Donnell. Like, yeah, it's obviously not safe, but down air is frame 16. So it's like You'd have to flicker your shield essentially to get a parry. No, you can't. If you let go with a, let's say you went for a perfect parry timing, 11. I guess you could. But like if you're flickering your shield, are you really trying to parry fair and air? I don't know. Anyway. Also, the Warriors winning. Snorley. There's so many people. Warriors losing, bro. Like, where's this character? We love Wolfsade. There's so many people that are fighting Cloud, right? There are times where I think Cloud, like, is overwhelming when it comes to killing you. But it's very, like, the times are very, very small. Can I do this? No. How can I? This is the... No way you didn't grab ledge there. That's the only time I think that Cloud, like, he has to have limit. Like, has to have limit. And you have to be on the ledge. I think, like, getting out of that situation is borderline impossible. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a rough it's a rough situation for you. But if you're playing neutral with Cloud and or like against Cloud and you're just like getting hit by like random stray back airs or like random forward airs and like dying, it's like, what? Like how? Like if you're just getting hit by dash attack, it's like, what? Like how does that even happen? Like you're not even trying to avoid the moves that like lead to them like or like leads to your death. You're just like getting hit by them. People are like, yeah, but Cloud's back air is like gigantic, and it's like, yeah, it is, but hello? Like it's still a move. It's not like you can't like, well, some characters can't. But it's not like you can't like whiff punish them for doing it. That's what like bothers me a lot of times. Cloud's like kind of threatening in the corner, but it's like a weird threaten, right? So hold on. I wish I had my other controller because I could. And this is something that I talk about at my locals. Like if I talk to someone about Cloud, is if Cloud does this back air, right? That back air was trash. It's hard to time when I'm not fast falling. And I'm here. Crap. I think that's too early. I can't do it. Dang it, I hit. Okay. If you're playing against Cloud, right? And please don't. And he does this back air, right? I didn't even get the back air. I'm about to lose it. Oh my gosh, I was gonna hit Pichu. Pichu is like one of the worst idle animations just because of like moving forward. I'm about to give up. Okay, let's just say I'm doing a good back air, right? Because I'm not. Let's say I am. Like, let's say we hit the ground. Let's say it's a perfect back air. It's unstaled, which I don't know why it would be unstaled because it's Cloud. He's probably back airing, and you probably shielded it at some point. But anyway, perfect back air, unstale, and it hits your shield. What does a good back air look like? I can't do it. Something like that. Yeah. No. Wait, all right. But let's say, dude, doing it close enough. All right. Anyway, let's say you hit your shield, right? Hold on, I'm putting music back on. Bro, I'm struggling. So let's say Cloud back airs your shield, -3. Perfect back air, unstaled, all the good stuff, right? How does getting hit in shield stale moves? That's new to this game. It didn't used to happen before. In older games and Brawl and Smash 4, that didn't happen. At least as far as I know, it didn't happen. Let's say you hit your shield, right? -3, perfect. He has to either immediately do something or there's a slight pause. So let's say you decide that you're gonna hold shield, right? The only way to continue the pressure is to immediately do like forward tilt, cross slash, dash attack, something like that, right? Because it'll look something like this, right? Something like this, right? That's gonna kill it. Like it'll look something. Oh my god, I did the good back here. Like, of course, right? It'll look something like that, right? Something immediate. So it's boom, and then boom, right? When Cloud is pressuring you in a safe way, there's always a pause. You need to be able to like learn the pause. So it's like, let's say we're doing this, and then wait, you were watching do what again? Because I swear, if it's that good back air, hey, I'll see you the next millennium. It might happen one time. Oh, I did it. Oh, it's up. Okay, yeah, but we do the back air or whatever. It will go boom. Dude, Pichu, how'd you get nerfed? Your head is gigantic. It'll be boom into like boom, right? Or it'll be boom, boom, right? And it's like, there's a pause right here. Like, that's a huge pause. Like, look how long this pause is. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, look how long this pause is. Like, and that gives you opportunity to do something. I did not fast fall. But it doesn't matter. Let's say they were reading a jump, okay? So a lot of times when you're playing against Cloud, like the first back air is like whatever, right? And you go immediate, hold, like you like hold shield, right? And then it's, okay, was there an immediate action? No. Then they're probably going for like a safer pressure. And that allows you an opportunity to get some counterplay, because if they jump again, then you can like move forward or something like that, right? Like, it's not like great counterplay, but you have a chance to do something, right? Especially if you like have like good rising aerials. Like, if it's like boom, you keep holding shield and you see the pause and they like jump again, you just forward air before they whatever, right? Or they'll do like back air, and then again there's a slight pause because they have to dash for the dash grab. So it'll be like this. Gosh, stop hitting Pichu. It'll be something along these lines, right? And like, that's way more of a gap, like frame wise, than that. Like, that is so fast. You're like, oh my gosh, like, what the heck? But the thing about this is, like, if this happens, it's over, right? The pressure's over. It's dead. You go back to neutral, right? This happens, it's a mix. All of this is on your shield, obviously. This happens, it's a mix. but you have a chance to like turn it around in your favor. And then if like this happens, then that move is obscenely unsafe on shield. So it's good sometimes, like when you're playing against Cloud, is when they hit your shield with the first back air, just hold shield for a little bit, like split, like really, like maybe like if you can map this in your brain, like hold shield for like 6 frames, which is a 10th of a second, right? You just think to yourself, a 10th of a second, I'm gonna keep holding shield. Oh, the button, like immediate pressure didn't come, I might have time to act. And that's like one quick way to like mitigate Cloud's pressure. Because if they do something like this, free punish, right? If they do something like that, oh my gosh, my back. If I do something like that, you have time. And if they do something like this, you have time again. Especially if you see them dash forward, like it's still a little bit of a mix, right? Because they can just do dash and like if you roll or something like that, or they could do like dash into like, you know, this into dash back air or something like that. But the thing is, it's not like it's on them to like guess right. Where like stuff like this, I see people, they're just in the corner just getting their shield blasted over and over again. They're just, man, Cloud back air crazy. And it's like, yeah, it is crazy, but also you're not doing anything. You're just letting him blast your shield. It's the same thing with Fox. Like you'll see like Fox, like it's a little different with Fox because Fox like fast fall speed is way faster. But he'll just like blast people's shield with back air, and I'm like, you're not even trying to not get hit by back air. You're just taking the pressure. Oops. What do you even like? How do y'all wave bounce if you do wave bounce? I'm just curious. Bro's magnets are actually kind of crazy. I thought I SD just now, and somehow I didn't. Also, someone was asking me, like, if I'm labbing against Pichu. Nah. I think Pichu Min is even, or Min wins. So. It's like, a lot of times, I'm, like, talking to people, and, like, shoulder special. Oh, okay, so you have shoulder special for your wave bounce. That's a pretty, I know it's a common way for people to do it. I do like the C-stick method. I know it probably sounds and looks weird, but like, cause I claw, I like do forward, and then like back B forward, like that. It's really weird. Anyway, I was just curious. But yeah. Anyway, a lot of times I'll be playing people and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, do we like, are we like playing the same game? Like, maybe the way I think about the game is just weird to most people. Cause I've heard that before. Like I've heard people say, man, like you think about the game in a weird way. And I'm like, how's that? How, like, I guess, like, maybe, but it feels like to me, it's just, it feels so, like, it feels logical, if that makes sense. Like, if I play Cloud, I would practice perfect back airs for hours. I would just sit in the lab and just do this forever. Is it just raw than be reverse? Essentially, but I can't do it. Like my buttons, like Like my brain doesn't. It just it isn't working that way. Oh, let's not use Pichu anymore because Pichu's like gigantic. I mean, like really light. When I say I guess it's because I was looking at Bowser. Actually, I don't know. We always use Mario now. Like, okay, let's move past like the killing thing, right? Let's talk about like just like how people were like approached neutral, like the way they like play the game a lot of times. Like I'm sitting there, like let's say I'm playing against Fox, right? Fox is like stuff is like, you know, dash attack or whatever, down air into whatever, nair, like hard nair, dash attack into all the good stuff. There's platforms, you know, all that great stuff, right? So Fox is out here. Fox got some ways to hit you, right? And then I'll play against someone, and I'm like, okay, well, I know they want one of their combo starters, so let me not get hit by it, right? And probably the easiest one to avoid is dash attack, right? So let's just say like, and the most punishable one is dash attack, right? So let's say I'm playing against Fox. I'll see them running at me like from like right here, and I'm like, here comes dash attack. I'll just shield it and then I'll hit them for it, right? And I just think to myself like, did you not think to like grab like? So then like the situation will happen again, and I'll do dash attack again, and I'm struggling to figure out ways to like make them understand that they can't just dash attack me. Like you're just not gonna get the free damage. Like if you'd have to do some like weird mix up with like jumping, but like dash attack, it's like, bro, you're not even trying. It's like I'm running in a straight line and doing this, and you're just expecting like running in a straight line and flicking the C stick to hit me, so you can do infinite damage. And then they'll do things like I see people. What in the world is this song, man? Like, what is Genshin music? I just put on Genshin music because I thought it was normally pretty chill, but now I'm like, bro, it's like there's a lot happening. Okay. Like I'll like, so who's a character that I don't want to use Fox? I usually see that. They'll do stuff like, and then they just go for the third up air, and I'm like, dude, like, hello? Like, or they'll do like this, and I'm like, you are you just assuming that like, did I drop my controller here? Like, why did we even go for this? Like, what is this doing? Like, there's no way you thought that, like, no. Like, what, you lose, like, okay. Let me show you. Let me show you. You lose everything if this doesn't work. Like, your entire advantage is just gone. Huh? Also, let's go Periwinkle. Like, your entire advantage state is just gone. It's like, you bet your entire advantage state on landing an up air when they still have their double jump and they still have their air dodge, and you're just like, hey, it's cool. They're not gonna avoid this. They sleep right now. There's no way, like, there's no way that they think that this is coming. And that's why a lot of times I'll be playing people who aren't that good, and they do this, and it hits me. And I go, what? You went for that? And things like that, low key, like, tells me, like, they're like, peak skill as a player. Because they'll, like, do it early in the match. Like, if you were to not do this the entire match, like an entire set, like maybe you played a 5-game set and you never did this, and on game 5 last stock you just went for it, okay, maybe, right? Because you haven't done it all, and it's like you just went for that, like that would like shock the opponent, right? Because like, why would you ever go for this? But the first time that you hit someone and you go for something like this and it misses and they just float past you and you're just sitting there like, dang, that sucks. Missed my juggle. Oh well, I'll get it next time. And then you go for it again and you're like, oh man. No, man, like when you're and here's like a free lesson thing. If you're ever juggling someone, right? Let's use up tilt because this is probably better. If you're ever juggling someone, you want to essentially like reach the apex where you can still bloop, right? So you threaten them, but also you're falling while they're falling. So you see how like we're both falling? And it's like, oh snap, we're keeping like similar distance, so it forces the opponent to make a decision at some point. Wowee, suddenly we know how to juggle. That's it. There's no like super crazy secret to it. You just need to be falling when they're falling. I missed. Dang it. And like, let's say they decide to jump here, it's fine. You don't swing. Or, shoot. I guess I should use up throw. Let's say they decide to jump here. You don't swing. Even if you did swing, it wouldn't matter because you're falling. So you just swing, they jump, and then they're like, I can't, like, how can I even show this? They're like, wherever their double jump puts them, and you're on the ground, so you get a chance again. So you don't necessarily have to juggle them. You can just landing trap them because they don't have their double jump. So you can just shark them, like shark is like stay under them, like track their landing, like their drift, pay attention to the way they're like drifting as they're landing, and then you just hit them. It's lit. Like, I feel like a lot of times I'm like talking to people about like the game and they just make it seem so complex, like, yeah, man, but if I do this, then they can do this, and if I do this, then they can do this. And there's actually a really good video about that. I forget who made it. I think it might have been Brian F. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But a very good video about that where like you're playing the game, right? And you're thinking like, let's say you're even in neutral right here. I mean, I could go for Nair, like drift in Nair, but if I do that and they parry the second hit, then I get punished. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go for down tilt. But if they parry the down tilt, then I'm gonna get punished. So alright, I could go for dash grab, but if they jump or spot dodge, I get hard punished. So I'm not gonna do that. So instead, I'm gonna just go for like forward air, like drift back forward air, because that way, even if they parry it, like I'm not gonna get punished. It's like, bro, you just talked yourself, like they didn't even do anything. You just talked yourself into choosing an option. What? Like that had nothing to do with anything that's going on in the match. You just decided I can't do that. Yep. I can't do that option because if they do this, then I get hit. Have they ever done it? Nope. Hey, they haven't parried this a single time, but they could, so I'm not gonna do it. Huh? There's some scenarios I understand, right? That's not even a risk reward. That's like, there's not even like, you're not even gauging risk reward there. You're just going like, hey, they're gonna choose the perfect option every single time. Why are you playing the game then? What? Like I like talk to people and I swear they don't want to outplay their opponent. They don't. They just want to win. And those are two different things. Those are two like completely different things. They don't want to like outplay their opponent. They just want to win. So whatever is like super easy, whatever is the like most simple, bare bones, like I don't gotta put in any effort. I'm just gonna do this and hopefully it works out. And if it does, then I win. Like that's where they are. And I get it. Not everyone wants to be like the best in the world or whatever, right? But for people who say like, oh my gosh, I want to be really good. And then I ask them like, hey, like, how come when they jumped from the ledge for the 37th time in a row, you didn't try to call out their jump? Well, they might not have jumped this time. What do you mean they might not have jumped this time?
Oh, good,
They did it 37 times in a row. You think they're not gonna do it the 38th time in a row? Like, outplay them. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know why they're doing it? Because they're probably like, man, like, it's one of two reasons. One, it's an awful habit. Two, they're sitting there like, man, this person does not cover jump. What? And you just let it rock. Like, you're just, hey, all good. It's fine. The timing's too hard to cover jump. Okay. What if they don't do jump? So you just want to lose. Like you like, at what point did you decide, hey, I'm gonna win? You never decided I'm gonna win. You just decided, hey, I'm not gonna lose. What? Like, when you're playing, you have to like make plays. Like, that's what makes you good. You play the game and then you make plays and then you learn from your mistakes, and like you can't get better if you don't make plays. Like you can't. You're gonna be like, man, I don't understand why I plateaued. Make plays and threats, yeah. Like, you kept giving up ledge. You know someone sounds like this exactly, yeah. And it sucks. Like I'll be like talking to people sometimes. And I'm like, at no point did you're scared you're gonna get hit. No, like, yeah, like that's what that's the perfect example, right? Like, you're playing and you're like, I think I'm right, but the opponent might hit me. I might be wrong. I might mess up. So I'm just not gonna do it. And then you just lose your opportunity that you created. And it's like, okay, now me as the opponent playing you goes, man, that's really interesting. It doesn't even matter if I get hit. If I get hit, they're not gonna push advantage far. Like, they're not gonna keep hitting me. I'm gonna get hit once. We're gonna go back to neutral and we're gonna try again. But I know if I hit them, I'm trying to win. I'm pushing that advantage. Like, I'm trying to get as much damage without getting reversaled as possible. Like, I'm trying. Like, people say like someone in my local named Murray, right? They say, every time you hit me, I'm scared that I'm going to die. There'll be a 0, and they're like, you hit me, and I'm scared I'm gonna die. And I'm like, yes, because when I hit you, I want you to understand that, like, when I hit you, it matters. Like, it matters when you get hit. Not like, oh yeah, like, I'm playing Lucina, and it's like, okay, yep. Man, that Mario might have done falling nair on me. Oh, nope, my bad. I'm not gonna. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. You know what? Never mind. Like, you hit them to the ledge. Oh man, I don't want to get up aired. Nah, you know what? Let's A. It's all good. A. I got them in the corner. Their options are limited. I can figure out what they like to do out of the corner. Bro, what if they hit me? I'll just dash back. Like, you just like, how do you win? I don't know. You even Mario? Oh, that's really funny. Not like funny like that you lost, but funny that like I'm saying this and that happened. I had no idea that happened. You spoke about giving up their time advantage for a juggle. What do you think about edge guarding? I think like depending on like the situation is you should like know when to edge guard, right? So like if like you're here, like I would be scared to edge guard. But that far out, oh man, I was really hoping Mario lived. That far out at that angle, I would not be scared to edge guard. Cause knowing Mario's like drift and like jump and Lucina's floatiness and like all the factors or whatever, I have such Marth brain. Boop. Right, like it's so stacked in my favor that I'm down to go for an edge guard. But sometimes, like I think people, man, I suck. I think people like go for edge guards where like they'll be like, oh, I'm edge guarding. Huh? Ain't no way you're getting this. If they decide to go low, you're getting smoked. I'm fighting a bot, so just keep jumping. Even if I did this and I went for forward air and they air dodge, they made it past the edge guard. That's it. It's over. Sick. So like depending on resources and like distance they're sent off and angle and like obviously how good their recovery is, how good your character is, especially like if you have ways to stall, like how floaty your character is off stage, or if you have like multiple jumps, then edge guarding can be lit. Or if you're like you can hit them from literally the middle of the stage like Min or Snake or something like that, you're edge guarding, right? You are guarding the edge. Like that is my water. Yep. Oh, my bad. Leafy, you about to run? Or what's up? Yeah, and like you don't always have to like get a stock when you're edge guarding. Like sometimes you just hit them for a little bit more. Right? Like you could go for edge guard, like hit this, they serve their double jump, and like you could go for a stock there or you could not. You go for it all the time. Yeah, you play Marth too. Marth's really good. Like Marcino's really good at edge guarding. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like one of the best things about Marcina is actually their edge guarding. Like it's actually by a pretty significant margin too. Where's Samus? I'm awful at Samus. And this is something that also, this is also something that like super bothers me. Oh no, what are you, Luffy? What's up, man? Luffy, that's not a toy. Luffy, it's not a toy. I'll be playing people, and they'll do this or whatever, like the like Samus thing, and they like take my stock, and I'm like, I just sit there and think to myself, what would you do if you were any other character? Like, I'll play certain people to not get put in certain scenarios, right? So like, I don't know why I just did that with Samus, but I'll be playing against Rob, right? And one of the good things that Rob has against Min Min specifically, but against most characters, is that Rob will hit you off stage, GG's, right? Like, Rob's edge guarding is ridiculous. Also, Gummy, I answer your question in a moment, right? You know what I'll do against Rob? I will DI in. I will get hit like I'm getting cooked, right? I get hit to like, I'm just doing stuff, right? I'll get hit to like this percent, and then I'll start my stock. I'm like, all right, cool. It's all good. Now you have to figure out how to kill me as Rob. And I just sit there and I'm like, do you have any idea? You're probably gonna try to grab me. So whenever like they're running at me, I don't get grabbed. Okay, how are you gonna kill me? I see them jump with their back facing me. Oh man, I wonder what kill option they have. They have two of them. This one and this one. Man, like, let me not get hit by those. All right, still got to figure out how to get the stock, right? And then they start doing this. Oh, you want to up smash out a shield, or you want to grab. Oh, okay, let me not hit your shield. And then they're just like, what? I thought Rob Min Min was free, and I'm like, what? Like, yeah, it's free if I just put myself in like your situation. Like, sure, like, yes, it's free if I decide to DI everything out and not care about my stock. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you're playing against certain characters, especially when you have like a bad disadvantage or like certain win cons, right? Or they have certain win cons, is part of winning is avoiding their win cons, right? So if my lose con is to get hit off stage as Min Min, I'm just gonna try my best to not get hit off stage. Like, why would you, like, it's correct for most characters to DI like whichever way and SDI out and all that and like recover, but for Min Min it's not correct because I might die at 20, and I would rather DI in, take the 70, 80 and play the game, or like, which would you rather do, right? Which would you rather do? There's like a 70-30, let's change that. There's an 80-20 chance that you're going to die off stage. So like an 80% chance you're gonna die off stage, right? At like 15. If you get hit, if you're fighting Rob, right? You're Min Min, and they do this, I could have died. Like, right? Like, if which is crazy to think about, because I'm not. How do you do that? How do you do that? There's a certain way to do it. That. I died. Right? I have an 80% chance of dying, or do I just DI in and just like take the damage? Like, I DI the back throw, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna get hit. Like, I don't use my jump. I get forward air like twice or whatever, and then I use my jump, right? Or let's say they do this, right? And then I have to guess, right? So they're at the ledge. They do this. Why would I not DI in and just take the up air? Even if they do the forward air, they're doing a retreating forward air. So now it's a retreating forward air into like, they're not doing forward air and like positioning themselves well afterward. They're doing a retreating forward air to get the follow up. So the chance for them to get the next hit is a lot harder. Why would I not just DI in? I don't understand. Oh man, but you take so much damage that way. Yeah, but the other way you probably die. Would you just get, like, you're okay gambling your stock like that? I don't get it. Like, I would rather take 80, get to 2,000,000% and be like, hey, good luck. And like bet it on my ability to play the game than like take a 80-20. Like, oh man, it's gonna be really hard for you to come back from that. Sure. But it's harder to come back from being down a stock. Like, I don't get, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, if you ask me who is an easier chance killing in Rob versus Min outside of the edge guarding, like if they're both at like 100 or something, I would say Min 5,000,000%. It's not even close. It's really not close. Dude, Big Boss what was Big Boss doing? What's Big Boss doing? How are we doing that? No, it was even better than that. I feel like people, that Luigi example is actually from Brawl, where Falco would chain grab you, and some characters would just die. If you got hit by down throw down there at the ledge, they would just die. Snake was a huge example, right? Snake would get hit by down air, they would cypher it, and they would just down air again. So what Snake started doing was they would just blow themselves up. Most other people was like, okay, well, I'll just sit on the platform and take the damage, right? And it's like, cool. Now they started the stock with like a free 40 or whatever, but you're not dead. And that was the same thing with Snake. Like, they would stock, like the Falco would start the stock with like elite, like lead advantage, but you weren't dead. Like, people used to say Falco was like Snake's worst matchup. Then they started doing that, and they were just like, oh. It was midnight, huh? Holy crap. Dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Like, I just feel like this game is just not. And I get it. I've also played the game like my entire life, and it's kind of just like ingrained in me at this point, you know. But like, I feel like it's like indicative of life sometimes, where like, I just did up throw, huh? Where like, you like know what you should be doing, but you just don't want to do it. 'Cause you're like scared. You're like scared of like what could go wrong. I can't believe I missed timing. Oh, now it's Shanks. What's good? Thanks. Why are you licking me? You never lick me. Whoops. That's my water. Oh, I never answered the question. Okay. No, I never answered it. I never answered it. My bad. What was I gonna say? Answer ledge trapping. Just let them get up and just hold corner. No? They're not like the easiest thing to do. Like, if you don't know, like, my least favorite thing is when people don't know how to ledge trap and they go mid stage. I'm like, okay, like the opponent just gets to skip like 17 different layers of the game. But if like you don't know how to ledge trap, but you're down the whole corner, like sure. Especially as Joker, like a lot of times as Joker, like you're just gonna want to hold corner anyway because you're Joker. Because I don't think Joker is like the strongest ledge trapping in the world. Like this is like good or whatever, but I think in order to truly have strong ledge trapping in this game specifically, you need something that hits ledge. Ledge invincibility in this game does not make any sense. Like down tilt is just not good enough. That worked. I'll say it fell out now. The only thing I don't like about Joker is the way his forward air looks. I'm not gonna hold you. I think he has like the coolest moveset except for his forward air. Like his forward air, it looks so strange to me. Only way I'm like not against it is it's bad. Like, there's no way this is bad. I guess this is better, right? So it's like, why would you? Oh yeah. Oh okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, oh, I see stuff like that all the time. I see stuff like that all the time, right? And I'm like, I'm like, they'll do this, like, or what's true? Where is it true? Let's say it's true here. Somewhere around here, right? Like, they'll do this, and then they just do this. And it's like, bro, they have their double jump, they got their air dodge, hey, they just gonna let it happen. And then they're like off stage, no double jump, trying to get back. Person, like, they just lost their entire advantage because they wanted to do this. Yeah, but if it hit, they lose the stock. Right. But they have every way to make it not get hit. I meant to make it not hit. They have everything. You didn't try. You just hoped that they wouldn't do anything. doing that? Is it void? Yeah, it's void. Isn't it crazy how much damage that does though? Hold on, let me see if I can get it. I wasn't even like the best. Oops. How much was that? 25? That's pretty crazy, no? I got 28 there. God. How much was that? 34? Woo! Yeah. It wasn't like this. I think Void mostly did it off stage. Right? Like, it wasn't great, but it's a lot of damage. Oops, that's not what I can do. Rise a percent. I know, it does a lot, right? Dude, I can't do like forward air. Man, I'm really bad at that. Like forward air, like B reverse, like drop. Why can't I? Hello? Huh? You have to be below ledge for that? No. I'm so confused. I just don't... That's not... It's so slow. I only did it right once. I felt like that was close. I felt so decent. Okay, anyway. I don't know. That's why, like, certain players are, like, so good. We talked about, oh, if Gummy saw the bonus episode, then he would know. I think that was bonus episode. I can't remember it at this point. We do a lot of episodes. But one of the things is, like Spargo and, like, Light, like, and I forgot who else we said recently, but have like this like unshakable confidence. I feel like most people like don't have that. Oh, Bloom is who we said, right? They have this like confidence that like they're just gonna be right. Like, and if I'm not right, it's all good. I'll figure it out. Like, I may get hit, but don't let me figure you out. Don't let like me figure you out, because once I figure you out, the game's over. Like, you don't get a chance to play anymore. Like, that's how they feel. I mean, confidence is hard to have. Like, I'm not gonna pretend and be like, yeah, man, it's easy. Just be confident. Because that goes into, like, a whole nother can of worms. That could be, like, personal life stuff, like, upbringing, like, you know, like, a bunch of things that, yeah, no. That's not something I would ever say, but it's definitely something that's, yeah. That's, like, important to have over time. And it doesn't have to be in every aspect of your gameplay, right? Like, I think for Light and Spargo, like, for them, it's every aspect of their gameplay. But, like, Tweak, for example, he's not confident in every aspect of his gameplay. He's, like, most confident in, like, his neutral and, like, his ability to, like, figure things out over time, right? So he's willing to, like, take less risks, which is why he's not, like, a risky player like Light and Spargo and stuff. Willing to take like way less risks and like go, okay, it's fine. If we go back to neutral, I'll probably win neutral and I'll figure it out. Like, that's cool, you know? But he's confident somewhere, right? And that's what's important. Oopsies. I mean, why were you confident at that smash tag specifically? No, that sounds like a result of your confidence. Why are you confident? Gross. What am I listening to, man? Dude, what's good? Oh, also, I didn't say thank you for the tier 1 gummy. At least I don't think I did. Does that make sense? Yeah. Sometimes, like, small things give you confidence boosts. I think I can learn the Mario ladder. Like 5 minutes. I don't want to go to sleep. I beat up Wolf, my bad. I actually almost always practice on Wolf. I guess we'll do like Roy or something. Oh, what am I supposed to be doing? I forgot. Man, this is hard. You can reach there? My calves. What am I doing, man? Ladder? What percent does it start? Sure. Yeah, I didn't like the combo. Dude, this is already annoying. Dude, my cats be freaking me out. Tune, why were you listening to that? You know a song I still listen to from that movie or from that? God, I'm nasty. Is it down? Is it down? No. Yeah, it's down. This is so easy. Never mind, dude. I don't want to learn this. I did it. You IDJ there, and then you get 2 up airs, and then it's over. Wowie. Or however you do it, no? That is wowie. Okay, sure. And then the other way, can we do it? The other way, can we do it? Down air to finish, right? Isn't that what they do sometimes? Because I can't do up air there, right? I can't do like up air. This is so silly. I can't do like up air, up B there, right? I've seen that happen sometimes though. I don't. Woo! I've seen that. I've seen that work. You see me at homecoming? No, I'll be at my baby shower. I might stop by homecoming depending on if Gavin actually goes. I don't know if he's going. Oh, you know what else I didn't think about? That's probably important. Also, how are you, Moose? Honestly, this is harder on no DI than... Well, so we might see each other. This is harder on no DI than like DI. Whatever. There's something along those lines. It's not hard. It's probably hard with like following DI when like you first start doing it. There's probably a few nuances, no? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm about to end soon. We're like, oh my gosh, their percent's so high. We're like, oh yeah. I actually didn't think that was gonna combo. Woohoo. And y'all see the Mario movie, by the way? Talk to me. I've seen it. I saw it twice. Where's also Gummy, like if you don't know how to deal with the ledge option, like figure it out after bracket. No way that kills. Brawl mod. Oh, we play. Oh, it's. Hey, we were really like, I don't know what we were doing. I'm gonna be real. We were trying to make something happen. That game was brutal. I had another Metafile lesson. This is a different person, but I was telling him like how I when I like really want to be good, how I've VAR reviewed, it's actually insane. Like, okay, you know what's really funny? I'll show you an example of what happened. Okay, so let me change this real quick. I explained to them, I said, when I really, really, really wanted to be good, I would like talk myself through why I made decisions, and I would watch like better players play like the matchups that I played, right? So I was saying for them, like if I were to watch Proto, mind you, I'd never watched this before. Now I have watched it, so I know what happens in the beginning. It starts here. Like this is where I would start like talking to myself. And I said, you know what I would do? More likely than not, is I would want to cut off like starting the game off. This is me now. Before I would not have this level of thought, but I want to start the game off by cutting off the jump, right? So I'll probably like start the game by jumping and doing like megawatt, not megawatt, but doing like jump in some form of like forward air, right? Because can you see my mouse? This is always my favorite question. I do. I ask this all the time when I'm doing like lessons, like live. I'm just like, can y'all see my mouse? Can you see my mouse? You can see my mouse. Okay. All right. Bet. I was gonna try to. So when I was like psycho and I really wanted to get good and I would VAR review, I would start the game and I would just go, okay. So from this position, like, because the game, like, winning has already started here, right? So I would go, okay, how would Ken win this situation? Like, what's like considered a win for him? Like, getting closer to me is considered a win. That's it. Just getting closer to me. How's the best way for him to go about that? It's jumping, because if I were to go low, then I would like, yes, he could like Tatsu through arms, which is like a part of the matchup. Um, but I have ways to deal with that. And the best thing he could do is like just jump. Nair is really strong. If he gets a Nair on me, it's a lot of damage. Like I don't want to deal with that. I'm fine with like doing the jump, being wrong, and going for that and like playing from that situation. I'd rather do that than try to like go like if go low and he jumps and I have to play from like the game starting where Ken is up here and I'm under the platform. So more likely than not, what I would do is try to cover the jump and like see what happens, right? So then I say all of that and like my reasoning why, and then this happens, and I just started laughing. So like it makes sense. Like I understand why Proto would do that, because why would you not do that? Like it just feels like the best thing to do in that scenario. And then I would pause it again, and I would go, okay, after this, what I would do, like, and I would do this for hours. Like one VOD would take me like 4 hours. It was ridiculous. I was like insane. So I would like talk through myself like, okay, more likely than not, like from here, I didn't see if the double jump was used because it's kind of hard to see. I don't think it was. But like, again, I would still be more prioritized of like controlling this space. And if they like decide that they want to land over here, like whatever, right? Because I still have corner. But I don't want to let them get to this space. So no matter what, I'll probably go for like some form of like jump and like maybe Nair if I see them like, you know, like look like they're about to start landing. And otherwise, like I would just jump and kind of like wait and like see what happens, right? So then I see what Proto does. And Proto jumps to control the space, and it's like, you know, like I would just keep doing this for hours. And if I like saw like things starting to line up with like better players, and I would start to understand that the way that I was thinking about the game was probably in line with the way that they were thinking about the game. Not that like they always win or like they always make the correct decisions or like, you know, whatever, but at least you can like talk through your process and like talk through the way, like the reason that you make certain decisions, and then start to like understand like, oh, okay, like maybe this was a way I could have gone about it. I never thought about it that way. And that was just something that I did. It took me hours. Whenever I did it, I hated it. I hated it. How do you know if your decision was wrong? See, that's the problem. Like there's no right or wrong. Like There's no like, this is correct, this is incorrect. This is a way to go about it. Like, one way may be a little more risky, but if you're confident and you're right, then you think they're objectively wrong decisions? I don't think so. I think you could find a way to figure out, like, okay, like, yes, if you're smash attack, like charging smash attack the other direction, like, sure, like, yes, like you're across the stage and they're on the stage and you're like charging a smash attack like toward the blast zone where they clearly aren't, like, yes, that's like a wrong decision, right? But like, as long as you're in the realm of like trying to make a good decision, you're probably making a good decision. And like, what decides if the decision's good for you then, right? Like, is it if it works? Because not everything's gonna work all the time. So then it's like, is any decision good? Like there's no way to like decide what's a good or a bad decision. Because let's say we didn't do this jump. Let's say we didn't do this jump and we just decided to just throw Megawatt Forward Smash. We would have hit him. Is it like a good decision? It's a risky decision, but you were right, right? It's like even the example I used earlier with like people like running mid stage when they're ledge trapping. It's like, okay, that can be good. It can be a good decision or like a right decision if, like, let's say you're fighting a character that reverses from the ledge very often. So Game & Watch, right? Or Pac-Man, they have Galaga. That is so like in their favor that why would you even try to ledge trap them? Like, they're just gonna reversal you and then you're gonna take infinite and then you're gonna be mad. So, and let's say you've been winning neutral the entire game and the only time that they've been hitting you is because you've tried to ledge trap and you can't do it. And then you keep trying to ledge trap and they keep hitting you. But you've been winning neutral. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I have a perfect example. I hope this shows up. I hope this shows up. ZD was in this one? No, that means it's... Oh, you better hope I can't find this. I'm not really looking that far for it. I would watch Enhance versus Slushy. Enhance would sit there, right? Oh yeah, why don't I just go to the... Is this Invitational forever ago? I mean, how do you keep getting this to be a picture? I'm not going to the Twitch. I don't feel like it. I would watch Enhance. He would get hit by jump side B from ledge. He would get hit by jump punch from ledge. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, you are getting cooked for trying to ledge trap this Donkey Kong, but you're cooking him in neutral. Why do you keep trying? Why? Like, what are you doing? Just stop. Just go back to neutral. Hit him. Hit him upward. He's not cooking you from above. He's just cooking you when you try to ledge trap him. He's not, and he's also not cooking you when he's in the corner. Like, it's just when you're trying to ledge trap him. So why are you trying? Like, why do you keep trying? Yeah, I remember. It's just like, he was just forward air from ledge, and I'm like, what, like, stop getting hit by that. Bro, what are you doing, man? I don't know. Anyway, it's late. I'm good. I think this video should be out tomorrow. I don't know why it won't be out tomorrow unless something happens. So, yeah. Oh, my new stream schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But here's the thing. I shouldn't be streaming this late ever. I just had to get it started, and I was like super busy today because I had a lesson, then I had a doctor's appointment, I had to take maternity photos, and I had to spend time with my wife, and then I had to come here and do this. So I couldn't just like stream in the morning when I wanted to. Yeah. What's up with the late stream? Oh, you just heard it. This is a busy day. I will not be doing this. I mean, maybe if I'm like bored, but I probably still won't be doing this. They should always be like around like noon or like 1 or something like that. How much longer am I going? I'm done. Oh yeah, it's over. That joint's dead. Dead and gone. Like that song. I can't remember that song. Dead and gone. Dead and gone. Who made that song? Yo, who made that song? Oh, was JT? Too long. That joint. I'm trying to find my way back home. Back home. I think that's what that joint said. I can't remember. Oh, me dead and gone. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all stop getting hit by dumb stuff. See you.